Anyway, Justified. They've got Justified dude back.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
he's back.
yeah.
Now you said it. I can't remember.
I'm
Justified.
glad I'm not the only one.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Not Gerald McRaney. He's
Yeah.
not Justified guy.
No, Gerald McRaney is Major Dad. He's
Right.
yeah.
Uh,
No, they're
not
catching up
Goggins. Help! Oliphant. Timothy
Timothy
Oliphant.
Oliphant.
How do you remember that guy's name? It sounds like elephant.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. All right,
Anyway,
we're good.
enough of this Pumbaa.
That hotel guy's back. That's always sucking up to Swearingen. He's back.
Oh yeah, right.
Can't think of
Yeah,
his name.
J.F. Sebastian from Blade Runner.
Yes, that guy's great. All right. I don't know
Cool.
if Jeffrey Child Porn's back or not. I don't know. What's his name?
Oh, Jeffrey Jones,
Jeffrey Jones. Yeah.
the newspaper guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard. He's alive, but I don't know if he's on. All right, here we go. Let's start it off and kick it in. It all begins. There we go. In 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, me and Peter in Paris.
My pants are warning me.
Oh, better look at that. I do not want any of your cheese.
That's dirty money.
Taco Bell getting into the hotel business.
Making things with Bill and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
Do I look like a fucking fisherman? I sail a ship, not a boat.
The Morning Stream. Terrific equipment to have in battle.
Terrific equipment to have in battle indeed. Welcome to TMS, everybody. It's May 21st, 2019. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian David. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. Hello, hi, hello. Hey, you know what I've noticed? Every time you log into HBO, and it doesn't matter what you want to see, let's say you want to catch up on Barry, okay? And you go in there, and now you're treated with a 2.5-minute trailer before Barry that you can't skip past on the browser version.
And skip past
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
because they
Yep.
want to remind you, hey, we know Game of Thrones is over, but please don't unsub. We have really cool stuff coming. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in. I'm already paying. I'm here. I was gonna stay. I'm not leaving. So
I know.
be
You guys
nice.
have Watchmen coming. I'm sticking around for Watchmen for sure. And,
Yeah.
and
his dirty utensils or whatever that's called. What's that called? His
his dark material.
His dark material.
That's great. Yeah.
dirty
His
utensils.
dirty utensils.
I forgot what that was called. But yeah, that looks really good. And
That does look really cool.
Watchmen is being showrun by your leftovers guy. Can't think of his name. He used to work on Lost.
Carlton Q.
Other guy, the other one.
Lindelof.
Damon Lindelof. He's there, and
You had me when you said the guy. Oh, that guy, the guy who worked on Lost. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then you got. It appears they're not making the comic. They're doing something else in the universe,
yeah.
right?
Yes, it's I don't know, like 10 years after the events of the movie or the events of the comic book.
Sweet 90s. Then
Something like
that's
that.
awesome. That means this thing's in the 90s. It means that that's all new material. Like I'm super into it. So but anyway, all of this stuff's great, HBO. But you don't have to force me to watch 2.5 minutes of this stuff to say the best is yet to come, right?
Right.
And then the
don't forget, Meryl Streep is going to be in the next season of Big Little Lies. They don't want you to forget that.
Yeah, they got to pound that down my throat. And then at the end of whatever episode I'm watching, they do it again. They show me another one. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm not leaving. I'm not one of your problems. You need to be able to, I don't know, somehow algorithmically, notice me as somebody who's not going to hose you and leave your service.
Yeah, right.
I'll stick around. I didn't even cancel in between the Game of Thrones seasons last time. There's lots of good content. I like it. I'm paying for HBO.
Totally is. Oh, and that new Westworld trailer with Aaron Paul and Chappie the Robot and
Yes. Aaron Paul, what's he doing in there? That's crazy, but perfect, kind of. So.
Yeah. I just like the fact that you don't even know it's a Westworld trailer until the very end and you see Evan Rachel Wood. Really, really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm very excited about that. That's a series I love as well. So yeah, man,
Yeah,
like
I'm
bring it
in,
on.
I'm in.
Let's go. Let's stop advertising to me. I know The Rock is in your stupid network. I know. And
The
then
next season of Ballers.
I'm actually, if I'm excited about any of the Dark Horse series that are coming out of it, the one I want to see the most, I think, is that John Goodman. What's the Eastbound and Down guy?
right,
Whatever his name is. Holy something. Miracle.
Was it Greg Kinnear? There was three actors looking like they're playing three generations or three brothers or something, and that looks
it looks great,
really
dude.
good.
It
Yeah.
looks so good because I love making fun of like
the
opulently rich holy roller type.
holy rollers or something like that. Yeah, it's something.
What's it called? Holy golden
I like it because
rollers.
it's the Fabulous Stains, and I know that's not it, but it's something along those lines. It's the adjective nouns.
Yeah, they have a name that's like
Right.
it's equivalent to
Right.
something else. What is it? The happy three people. I don't know what it is. Anyway, that looks great. John Goodman's awesome, and I like Eastbound and Down guy, even though a lot of people don't. I like him.
Right. The Righteous Gemstones.
The Righteous Gemstones. That's it. Yeah, that looks great. So
Danny McBride,
yeah,
John Goodman, and who was the third one? Oh well.
did you say him before? Greg Kinnear or somebody like that?
I thought it was Greg Kinnear. Oh, Adam Devine. Devine,
Okay.
Devine. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, the Righteous Gemstones. That looks awesome and ridiculous, and I'm excited about that. And then we got there's a little confirmation in there of a new Curb Your Enthusiasm season, which is
Right.
also good. So
Always a surprise too. Like, oh, really? Okay, wow. All right.
So I just noticed something. I'm sitting here complaining about a thing, but look how excited I am about all the things it showed.
It's working, yeah, because you wouldn't know that there's a Curb Your Enthusiasm season coming without that clip or without,
Damn it.
about this righteous
The Righteous Brothers.
gemstones.
Yeah.
The Righteous Brothers, the Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, so that's the deal. All right, I got a weird dream to tell you about. Let's see if we can.
Sure.
What's the word? Not decipher. Decipher my dream. Is that what?
Sure, we could decipher it. I mean,
What's the other word?
let's listen to it and then
Interpret.
well,
Interpret.
I mean,
Interpret.
Interpret. There you go.
All right, here. Interpret this dream. You know Peter Jennings, famous news guy. Peter Jennings.
Sure.
He's dead, right? Hold on. You gotta look him up. Make sure he's not dead. No, he did. He died. He's dead.
He did.
He did. He died in 2005. Okay, so Peter Charles Archibald Ewart Jennings, or Peter Jennings as we knew him from as the ABC World News Tonight guy for 22 years. For some reason, he's in a dream I'm in last night. And I don't know where I got Peter Jennings from, except I think while I was watching, was it Chernobyl or something has an old Peter Jennings clip in it.
Sure.
And I couldn't tell you what it was, but I saw something recently, and that must be it. And that's all my brain needs is just a little taste of it, and then you jack it into the back of my head like Matrix style, and suddenly I'm all Peter Jennings all the time. So anyway, it's me, it's Peter Jennings, and it's us spending a week in Paris, France,
Okay.
living in a cardboard refrigerator box.
Not the Paris Hotel Casino.
No,
The
the actual
Paris
city, the
in a
historic city of
cardboard
Paris.
refrigerator box.
Yes.
Okay.
Just chilling in there, talking, eating whatever we can get our hands on. Just living that homeless life, the best homeless
Holding
life
my
we can
yacht.
live. And he was very much Peter Jennings, like, welcome back to the cardboard box. We're here again to, like that sort of thing.
I'm gonna go poop in the corner. We'll have more at 11.
Yeah. Like that's how he behaved the entire time. And I don't have an explanation for this. There was
How
no.
bizarre.
Yeah. What does that even? I hate the way my brain works because part of me thinks that the reason I dream so psycho sometimes is because I'm like, this is your brain's. Everyone always says like dream time is when your brain is really flushing out all of its,
Right.
extra memory. It's basically just running a defrag routine. And I get that, but wouldn't it push out stuff that I'm normally dealing with? Like, why isn't this me and Brian in Vegas? Or why isn't this me and Dunaway at a, I don't know, why isn't it the people I work with all the time and people I talk to all the time, why isn't this my kids or my wife or anyone else that I'm always around? No, it's Peter Jennings, of all people.
Right.
and I'm in Paris in a box. Like what?
Yeah, I know. It seems like it's usually things you've thought about over the past couple days, right? It's like, all right, this little fragment just happens to be floating around, gets caught in the little vacuum, and says, all right, we're gonna put on a show. We're gonna use that, and this one right here, and we're gonna make a little story out of it.
I guess
And,
so. I guess so.
Yeah.
And it felt real as all could be. It felt like I was there, and I had all the stresses of somebody living on the street, and I felt the, like maybe it's good in that regard. It's just sort of like a nice reminder of what it's like to, I don't know. I mean, it's just a dream. But why Peter Jennings? And by the way, he's perfectly coiffed and suited. Like he looks like Peter Jennings in this. Very prim and proper. Got the gray suit on and the black tie.
Hey,
just like
he may be homeless, but he's not a ragamuffin. Come on.
It just seems so weird.
He's Peter Jennings, man.
And if you ever wanted to see or picture Peter Jennings or any famous newscaster, I don't care who it was, Tom Brokaw, whoever, if you want to picture them in a funny position, picture them in their suit, all dressed up, the fancy shiny shoes, all of it, but they're sitting Indian style, but dressed like that.
Refrigerator box.
Yeah, in a refrigerator box, which is a very haunting, odd, freaking thing. And then I woke up and went, oh, this is one of those dreams where it was 100% real until it wasn't, Like a lot of my dreams, I know they're crap while they're happening. Like
There's some sort of supernatural element, aside from the fact that a newscaster who's been dead for 13 years is, in a box with you, but some sort of supernatural element that says, all right, well, I know there's no vampires, so that can't be real. And
right.
Right.
The whole time you know it, even if it's a harrowing, horrible dream, in your head, you're like, well, these are, like you said, these are vampires. They're not real.
Yeah.
But this was Peter Jennings. And this was Paris. And we knew it was Paris because if you poked your head out of our little domicile, our sweet little box, you could see. I'm not sure this was.
Tower?
Yeah, I'm not sure it was. I'm not sure it was like geographically correct or not, but you could poke out and see the Eiffel Tower looking down at you. So
please tell me that at one point the two of you shared a plate of spaghetti and you're both like sucking on a strand of spaghetti and looking in opposite directions and your lips meet in the middle.
Yeah. Totally happened. No, that didn't happen. That part did not happen. Which is what's that? Is that's where were the dogs in that movie? Were they in France or were they in Italy?
It was, I don't even think it was Italy. They were, in Italy town of some New York or something.
Oh,
some regular city.
All right, I have no memory of any.
I don't think Lady and the Tramp were in Italy or France or Europe.
No,
I think it was.
I just remember Cheech Marin was a little like Chihuahua or something. Doesn't that happen, or did
Italy
I make
town?
that?
Isn't there? Doesn't every city have a Chinatown, a Koreatown, and an Italy town?
But they call them Little. Maybe it's Little Italy.
Little Italy, yeah, Little Italy. Okay.
I don't think that's fair. Why does Little Italy get that, and everyone else has to be town?
Everybody gets a town.
Little Italy.
Do we have? Is there one for? Like the Latin American, the Hispanic part of town, like Little Mexico,
Little Mexico, little
Mexico town,
Latin town, Latino town. I have no idea. Burrito town. I'd go there. Burrito town.
Burrito town. Are you saying so? Benjamin, Benjamin, over says that Lady and the Tramp took place in Marceline, Missouri.
Oh,
really?
Really?
This is Missouri. Huh. Wow. Okay.
Man, where do they say that in this movie?
I don't know.
Okay. I got to go watch Lady and the Tramp again.
I guess so.
I'll let you know how that goes. I'm pretty sure Cheech Marin was
the
in it.
lady is a tramp.
I got to look it up. Cheech Marin, Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, inspired by Marceline, Missouri.
Oh. Okay. Lady and the Tramp lawsuit. What? All right. I don't care about that. Read along. Lady and the
Oh,
Tramp.
no.
Yeah, that's no good, right?
Lady v. Tramp.
Oh, no, Lady v. Tramp.
Your Honor, let me bring up the case of Lady v. Tramp.
Groundbreaking legislation in 1975. Anyway.
Unwanted advances over a bowl of pasta in an alley in Little Italy.
He was kind of, I don't know, what's the word? I mean, he was a tramp, for heaven's sakes.
He was a tramp.
Yeah, whatever that even is anymore.
And a rogue and a rebel.
Brian,
and a
tell me about
scam.
your ball breaking status. I knew you were a real ball breaker before this, but apparently
I'm a
there's more to it.
Real ball breaker. Went bowling with Crazy Neighbor yesterday. So we picked up these passes that let you bowl up to 3 games a day, every day from now until September 2nd.
Yeah.
And we're not going to go every day, mind you.
No.
But we're going to go enough to easily make it worth it. And there's even some other tadpoolers, Clark and Nikki, that want to go as well. So it's like, oh yeah, no brainer. I'll just pick up this pass and then I can go to any of the bowling alleys around. And I like me some bowling, Scott.
You are a bit of a bowler. Yep.
Haven't been in over a year, but or at least not. I haven't bowled with all my gear in over a year. I've been to a couple bowling alleys where I just use the public balls and the public shoes.
Sure, but didn't you used to have like a regular weekly bowling?
Yeah, I was on several leagues, and I miss being on the leagues. So we went and started bowling, and it was amazing. Like, it had almost been like I never stopped, right? Like I was getting them down the lane. I was getting strikes and getting spares and doing well. And about halfway through the first game, we're doing 3 games. Halfway through the first game, my ball comes back up out of the ball return.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a storm. This is not a professional, but I mean it's not a house ball. It's a ball with a turned core in it, so that you can get some good curves, and it's been custom drilled for my fingers and all that stuff. Like, this is a ball I spent some coin on.
Right.
Comes out of the ball return, and there is a split, like a hairline crack, right from one of the finger holes, about halfway around the equator of the ball. Like, that thing, just a hairline crack around the middle. I took a photo of it. I'll send it over to you.
You need to do that because you don't realize what you're doing right now. You are fulfilling a lifelong curiosity I've had about what's in the
middle of a bowling ball.
What does the middle of a bowling ball look like? This is the honest truth. I've always wanted to know this. I always wanted to maybe break one of my own. I guess I could just search the internet and find it, but I never have. So, Brian, what? Well, first of all,
this won't help you.
Did you do it by tossing it too hard? Like, what? Let's get back to that. Like, how did you break it?
I didn't toss it any harder than wow, there's so much material here for Jamie. I didn't toss it any harder than I normally do. Like, this is, I do my normal, it's about an 18 mile an hour throw. I have 18 to 19 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's
pretty good.
Is what my throw has been measured at. If you look in your text message, you'll find a photo I just sent you of my ball crack.
All right, let's see your ball crack. Everyone wants to see Brian's ball. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
And that's not just I thought it would be like a little jaggedy and
Yeah, no,
random.
it's a smooth, like, it looks like I've taken a black marker and drawn a line.
Yeah, it does.
Perfectly around the ball, because it is a straight ass line.
Almost like you took. Well, that's very weird, because it's almost like you took a ball, this photo, and drew a line on it. Like, it doesn't even look real. Yeah. It's so weird looking how uniform it is. That's nuts. Yeah. All right, chat room. I'll put it up on the screen in a second once I get it over there. But all right, so but you probably just one hit in the wrong place, and that was it. It's like a tooth cracking or something like that.
Yeah, or it hit somewhere, hit the wrong thing, and it's about a 3 or 4 year old bowling ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to remember, because I've talked about on the show having leagues and stuff, and I bought it around the time that I started doing leagues on a fairly regular basis. So maybe even 5 or 6 years old. But it was decision time. It was like, all right, do I take it up to the front counter and say, hey, your ball return just broke my ball?
Mm-hmm.
Or do it's halfway through the first game, do I just keep going? Do I wait and see if by chance this thing just splits down the middle? Like, I get the Fred Flintstone pick up the 7-10 split, because my ball splits halfway down the lane and hits each
Yeah, no kidding.
each pin.
Yeah. Live out the dream.
I decided to just play it out and just see, what happened. The ball, the crack never got any larger or longer, never got any wider. I took it up at the end and said, something happened during, notice this when it came back from ball return. The guy says, oh yeah, that happens with those storm balls. I'm like, really? No, because
storm balls. What's a storm ball?
A Storm is a manufacturer, is a brand.
Oh, okay.
But my neighbor has had he's had his for longer than I've had mine, and he even keeps his outside in the garage, so it gets cold and then it heats up, and then it gets cold and then it heats up. So
Oh my gosh, yeah, they are definitely a brand. I just did a search for Storm brand balls, and it is. They do a lot of stuff. They have soccer balls and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and their balls are their balls are known for having fragrances that are supposed to help you with muscle memory or something like that. Basically, like you
What?
basically when you put the ball up, you're supposed to smell the fragrance, and it kind of helps you with that. All right, I need to roll the ball exactly the same way every time, kind of thing.
That sounds like
that is hokum is
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like Hoke. Oh, they make soccer balls. They make a bunch of stuff. Well, so can you
I'm still probably going to replace it with another Storm ball.
What would Storm say? Do they have some sort of lifetime? Hey,
I'm taking a look and saying, yeah, I think it's out of warranty. I don't know how long their warranty is, but my guess is it's longer than this, longer than I've had it.
what does a bowling ball go for these days? What do you pay for something like that?
Well, here's the thing: if you go to the pro shop, it's going to run you, $200 plus, or $150 to $200 plus drilling, and that's even for just like a fairly run of the mill one, like nothing super duper fancy.
Mm-hmm.
However, I looked on Amazon. So first thing I did is I went to Storm and the Storm website and did their matchmaker tool to like figure out, all right, based on my curve, my my ball speed, my revolutions, how many spins it gets as it gets down the lane, where it breaks, things like that.
Yeah.
I figured out the next ball I want to get, and then I looked on Amazon. I found it for $85. Now that doesn't include about $50 to have it drilled, but that's still going to be like $130 compared to $200 plus to get a ball and get it drilled.
Right.
And it's prime, so they're going to ship me this 15-pound ball for free.
Free is good.
Free is good.
Yeah, everyone likes free. Well, all right. That sounds good. You should keep your. Why don't you mount? You should mount your cracked one, and have
once
plaque.
I get my new one, I'm probably gonna try and take a chisel and pop that puppy in half.
That's what you should do, because that. Okay, so back to my obsession. When I was a kid, I just was. There would be. I got over this, but there would be times we'd go to the bowling alley. We bowled a lot when we were kids. For some reason, that was just the thing my parents always took us to. But I'd go in the bowling alley and I'd look in there, and to me, it was like a building full of geodes that were just begging to be opened.
Yeah.
And I wanted to crack them all open and see what they looked like inside, because in my mind it was a fantastical array, a menagerie of rocks and minerals and, like cave-like interiors and these things. There might even be some sort of liquid goo in the middle of one or something. I mean, I'm wrong, obviously, across the board, but I really wanted to know.
But the drilling, or not the drilling, the pro shops usually even have like cut in half balls that show you that core stuff. So you can see, this one has an offset bucket looking core, and this other one's got like this weird little mushroom shape core and stuff like that. Like if you look on the Storm website and look at all the different balls that they offer, you'll be able to see the different weird shaped cores that they have inside.
So if they've got like I'm looking now, I feel like a bit of my innocence is just leaving me right now, because really they're really just boring inside. They're boring.
Sure.
There's nothing fancy happening with these balls. But I opened this one.
Some.
Well, not the kind of thing I had, because these were alien eggs when I was a kid.
Right, you're thinking like there's going to be some sort of like like fairy dust and unicorn farts or something inside these things.
The truth is, I'd get more out of opening a jawbreaker or something like that than I would opening a bowling ball nowadays. But but back then I thought, there's a secret dragon egg or whatever these are. But like these ones, I'm looking at this one that's like this twisted turd in there. Is that what you were talking about before? Like
yeah. Which one are you looking at? Because there's some that look like, they look like butt plugs, to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit. This one says it's called the Typhoon, and it looks like it's got the shape of the object that's jammed in the middle of the core of this thing looks like a little 3D, like a low-res 3D model of a Typhoon. Like the middle storm and then the two tails on the outside that are kind of spinning in that direction. So I assume this is some sort of spinner helper thing.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put it in the thing so you can see it. But
it is. What also is funny? It looks like Oh yeah, that's totally kooky. Look at that weird shape thing.
Yeah, see, and they call it the Typhoon. Again, I assume because of the... Whoops, that didn't happen the way it was supposed to. Hold on. Oh, my Lord, what did I do?
Oh, what have you done?
I've-
But it looks like
There.
what's great about bowling balls is it looks like the people who used to design the logos for bowling balls in the 70s are still designing 70s style logos for bowling balls.
Yeah, they all look like custom vans, don't they?
They do. It's
Yeah.
totally exactly it. Like if they could airbrush a lady riding a horse holding a battle axe. That's the logo for their bowling ball.
That's fantastic. Well, there you go. But
Yeah.
bowling, you're back to it. That sounds like fun. Are you going to do
I'm back
anything
to it.
regular, or are you just kind of for
Yeah,
fun?
definitely gonna do it on the regular. Oh wow, this pitch black ball
Yeah,
totally ripped off the logo from Back to the Future.
no way. I want to see it.
I'm putting it in the show note or the Discord.
Okay, taking a look here. Oh my gosh, it totally is.
It totally is.
Are they? Who are they? Huh? Who are they kidding there?
Yeah. They're not
right.
kidding anybody.
And this is
like all
ma-
it needs is the little continuation lines, the doot 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 doot, the
Yeah, no
the stripes
kidding.
at the
Oh,
end.
there's a spin me option. Oh, that's just a dumb spin me option. It doesn't really show anything.
Yeah, but that weird little butt plug looking thing is
Yeah.
is what's inside that core.
Right. Oh yeah, look at these butt plug things. They call them a gyration, radius of gyration, 2.5 inches, I guess.
Yeah.
Differential.
So like how it spins as your ball goes down the aisle, because it's not going to be perfectly vertical inside the ball. It's actually going to be at an angle so that as you're hucking the ball, it follows the
It's
curve.
not, and that's not considered by anybody to be like a cheat, right? Like
No, not at all. Not at all.
Because something about it seems a little like, I don't know. Like, how do you know how do you know somebody hasn't put in their ball something that is against regulations or against?
But what would be against regulations? I mean,
no, that's a good question.
it has to be completely, whatever you want to put inside there is probably fine as long as it's completely contained in that sphere. And I don't know what you'd put in there, like like molasses or sludge or
Well, let's even say you could figure out a way to put something in there that shifted its gravity in the throwing. I still don't know what the strategy would be. So you make a good
well,
point.
the
Like
benefit of that. Yeah.
there's no real benefit other than
What you want is
something-
to be able to roll that ball consistently. And so if there's liquid or anything that could shift,
Right.
that would actually probably be bad because it would make for inconsistent rolling.
Yeah, and it's
Okay, dark matter. Doc MedPod does point out putting dark matter in your bowling ball, that probably is against the American Bowling Association.
Yeah, plus I think it would kill everybody. I think we'd all die if you had black dark matter
and you
in your thing.
start the Kelvin universe.
Yeah, nobody wants that. I just finished listening to the audiobook for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy again, and that just reminds me of that somehow. Anyway,
I also like Eric H's idea, the motor parts from a BB-8 toy.
oh, perfect.
So you'd be able to like roll your ball down there and then
Yep. Yeah,
and
no,
have
that,
it, like,
that could be cheating. That definitely could be cheating.
that could definitely be cheating. Yep.
So how's the snow out there in
Jeez. Yeah, I woke up this morning to this morning about 5:30 to the noise of something hitting the side of the house.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, oh, what the hell was that? And so I get up, go over to the into the kitchen, look out the patio window. Sure enough, all the snow. We've got about 3-4 inches of snow.
That's
Big,
nuts.
wet, soggy snow, slushy snow.
Yeah.
And it's pulling branches off of my neighbor's the cottonwood tree that we hate,
Mm-hmm.
which normally would be great. We strip that thing of all of its leaves, please, and all of its branches. Unfortunately, it's landing in our yard and against the house. I went out there basically as soon as I got showered and dressed. I went out there with an extending pole that's used for like cutting and extending branch cutter,
Sure.
and extended it and went out there and just started whacking branches as much as I could, knocking snow off. And God, just tons of it out there. I mean, it is big, soggy, wet snow, and it'll probably all be melted by this afternoon. But,
yeah, I don't get it though. Like late May, usually
yeah,
that's not right. That's bad.
it's not right. We've had snow like this before in late May, but usually Mother's Day is like the safe nothing after Mother's Day.
It's usually the cutoff. For us, April's the most chaotic. So far, things have been pretty good here. There a lot of rain, but not really any snow. But yeah, waking up to 4 inches of snow, that's nuts. That's nuts.
It is nuts.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's grape nuts. All right. Hey, this is all good. We've caught up on every. Oh wait, is the tree that was giving you the cottonwood tree? Is that the too much hassle tree?
That is the too much hassle. Yeah, that's right. That is exactly the too much hassle tree. That's the one that the Russian neighbor was tapping with his little hammer and chisel.
And now somebody owns it, or somebody rents it from him now, right? Isn't that the deal?
Yes. She's great. We love our new neighbor, and she's awesome. Oh yeah, I was out there whacking snow off, and another branch fell down about 3 feet from where I was standing.
Wait, in real time, it fell like it could have fallen on you? You're saying?
Yeah. Like it fell while I was knocking snow off of our tree, another tree from the stupid cottonwood, like it's trying to kill us now.
Yeah, it's out to get you, dude.
Yeah.
Not near enough hassle. Or however that. Well, all right. There you go. Then that is the catch up on our lives. The Mayo Chup on our
Snowballs
lives.
And Peter Jennings.
And Peter Jennings. That's a great song. Snowballs and Peter Jennings. Coffee for you, chicken for me. Is that how it goes?
Exactly how it goes.
All right, great. Let's play this now.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive, sensational summary of world and local events.
It's the news, brought to you by
Fickle is a game of building an alliance among mischievous fairy families featuring the fairy art of Amy Brown. The harvest moon is on the rise. The fairy families gather for the ritual of ascendancy. It's time to renew alliances and appoint a new leader. It's a quick learn with lots of variants. 20-minute playtime for 3 to 5 players. On Kickstarter, starting today. It's called Fickle.
Today!
Fickle.
Woo! Fund that thing. It sounds good.
Does sound good.
Now that it's up, I need to go search it.
Yeah.
Kickstart. Yeah. Kickstarter.com. Oh. If you go to kickstart.com, it takes you to something called Terrific, which is
I'm sure it does.
A bunch of foot novelty candies. So you can buy, you can buy a chocolate foot, 10-ounce chocolate foot.
Chocolate foot.
Yep. Petite feet
Take
chocolate.
it out of shoes and socks. You've got chocolate foot.
They have something called Twinkle Toes Foot Suckers.
Available in pecan and vanilla.
Chocolate foot. Don't forget to breathe. Turn to breathe.
Step away from the mic to sniff a foot.
That's right. They also have. Oh, that's interesting. They have social media ones with like little YouTube logos on them. This is weird.
Oh, gee.
All right. Feet,
They're
dude.
feet with chocolate with with logos?
Toe/rific.com. I mean, it looks like it's all legit. It's not just weird. Yeah. The original chocolate foot, $25.99 for this freaking thing.
The original chocolate foot.
Yeah. Original chocolate foot is 1 pound of solid chocolate. This item is packaged in a red gift box. Makes a great impression with the tagline, quote, "Just trying to get my foot in the door," unquote. Oh, that's hilarious. $25 and that chocolate foot could be yours. All right.
Wow. Well, how much would you pay for a chocolate foot?
Nothing is the answer. I'm not going to do it. All right, here's your first news story of the day. This was actually carried over from yesterday. In the future, your clothes, the ones you're wearing right now, Brian, your fancy little button, what is that called? That thing you're wearing.
A Henley. This is a Henley.
A Henley. This fancy Henley you're wearing.
This is Don the Henley.
Don the Henley. It's going to warn you when dangerous gases are around.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Danger, Fart Robinson.
Fart Robinson. So, like, if you're at a, the idea, obviously, is if you're in a building and suddenly there's a gas leak, this thing's going to go, get out of here, we detect gas. Well,
will it do that, or will it just change color?
Well, it says this. More than ever, we want to know what we're breathing. It's the age of the air purifier, checking weather apps to see if air quality is okay and shamelessly wearing masks to protect yourself from pollution and particles. But what if your clothes changed colors to notify you of dangerous breathing conditions? So imagine that. You're at a party and you're, hanging out, social, there's music playing in the background, some kind of yacht rock probably, and Brian's there in his Henley, just chatting with whoever. He's got a little glass of Chardonnay.
And you've gone too far, but you know it don't matter. I'm just providing background.
No, this is good. This is good. And then Brian's like, "What do you think of my brown?" And then you look down and go, "Oh shit, it's bright pink. We're in it. There's gas." And then the guy next to you just says, "Excuse me," because he farted.
Everybody clear the room.
Well, this is apparently a thing you can do soon. You can have certified inspectors telling you your water or environment, food, or whatever is not good, but we want people to make those judgments for themselves. This is Samir Sakonskuseli, a mechanical and computer engineer who leads the University of Nanolab. The university's Nanolab. What university is this? It doesn't say. Oh, sorry, Tufts University in Massachusetts.
Tufts.
Isn't that like a wipe, like a baby wipe? Tufts, baby.
Puffs. Oh, tough. Oh no, it's a
Tuft.
There's what's the one that's like a medicated wipe?
Oh yeah,
Tux.
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 Is that what I'm thinking of? It's all on Tufts University, Tufts Health Plan, Tufts. Oh, I could have sworn that was a product. Let me look at this again. Tuft and Needle mattresses. No, I must be thinking of Tux medicated pads, which
I think Tux. Yeah.
that's for squeezing your little your hemorrhoids or whatever.
Right.
Never had a hemorrhoid. You ever had
Good
one?
for you.
You ever had one of those before?
I have had hemorrhoids.
Never had one.
Boy, that's a story. I don't even know if that's a story for TMS, but that's a story to tell sometime. Maybe that's a Brian tells it live.
Okay, hold on to that one then. Let us know when that's
I
happening.
mean, people are eating breakfast now.
Yeah, we don't want to hear your story yet, but one day when we're all out of stories, Brian's hemorrhoid
I'll
story.
reveal that one. Yeah.
All right, I don't have one of those. I don't even know what they're like. And I'm glad that I don't know, but also I feel for those who have because I assume it's a bad time. I hear it's not good to have a hemorrhoid.
Yep.
Anyway, they want to have this. It's a nanotechnology is what they're working on here. So your clothes would have these little robots in it that would basically just be all over it and would sense when dangerous gases were afoot. So I don't know, boron or freaking whatever would kill you was suddenly leaking. You would know. And the people in this Chernobyl
like a
show,
radon.
yeah, like a radon. Yes.
Oh, my left arm is tingling. There must be a radon nearby. Oh no, my waist is buzzing.
Party's over. Everyone out. I'm purple right now. All right. Let's talk about
The
this.
longer we spend on this story, the longer we have to wait until we get to the next story. Is there anything else we can talk about the shirt and dangerous gases?
I couldn't not do this one. Like it screamed at me and said, "You have to talk on TMS about the thing I'm about to mention." Yeah. So that thing where Brian said everyone's eating breakfast, swallow your last mouthful of Captain Crunch because we're about to go somewhere. Cheese made from celebrity belly buttons and armpit bacteria are now on display. Yeah. Buying one of Jimi Hendrix's guitars or collecting a lock of Charlotte Bronte's hair. Who the hell's that?
Charlotte Bronte. She wrote Wuthering Heights.
Oh, I don't know her. Therefore, she doesn't exist. Anyway, if you get one of her hairs or something, it might be an act of fandom. But would you sink your teeth into a piece of cheese made from their armpit bacteria? A new exhibit.
No, not Wuthering Heights. Sorry, not Wuthering Heights.
Oh.
Jane Eyre and.
Oh.
People are correcting me. I thought she wrote Wuthering Heights. Hold on a second. I got to get this.
I have no idea who that is. I don't know who that is. Emily Bronte?
Emily Bronte's sister, yes.
Okay.
Here we go. Jane Eyre.
Yeah. Is it Eyre or Air?
Or Jane Eyre. Emma.
Yeah.
And Emily Bronte. Okay, so I am thinking of Emily Bronte as the.
And that is her sister.
That is her sister. And Anne is the other Bronte sister.
The chat room's like, just skip the story, Scott. No, I'm going to read it.
No, we got to.
I'm going to read it. Here's the deal. So, this is a new exhibit at the Victoria and Albert Museum. They take celebrity culture to the next level, literally, as part of an exhibit called Food Bigger Than the Plate. The museum is showing off 5 types of cheese made from microbes collected from British celebrities. Oh, they have to be British. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Wait, was Jimi Hendrix British?
Otherwise, it's American cheese.
Was Jimi Hendrix British, and I've never known that?
I didn't think so. I want to say he was from.
Jimmy.
I thought he was from Minnesota. I thought he was from. Seattle. Right. He's not British.
Okay, well, then why did they say this in here?
Oh, but he lived in London for years. Okay, that
Okay,
was it.
maybe that's why. Oh, yeah, he's born in Seattle.
Dylan was from Minneapolis
Yeah.
or Minnesota, and
He was only 27 when he died. You know that?
That's why the Experience Music Project. Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of the 27 Club.
Ugh. That sucks. It's too young, dude. That's dumb.
That's right. Prince was Minnesota as well.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so here's what they do.
yeah.
So they talk a little bit about how they make it. As a museum blog post explains, milk is transformed into curds by a unique starter culture of bacteria, which determines whether the cheese will ripen into a nice cheddar or a bit of Gouda. It turns out that many of the bacteria used to make cheese are similar to bacteria encountered on the human skin. That's why sometimes the scent of stinky feet and stinky cheese overlap. I'm not going to eat cheese anymore. I'm done.
I know.
Cheese is out.
Yeah, because that is the thing. It's not necessarily the fact that you're thinking about, oh my God, these are coming from celebrities. You know, all cheese comes from bacteria and dairy, the combination of bacteria and dairy.
Yep.
So do you know where the bacteria comes from that the cheese you eat on a daily basis comes from?
I don't. I honestly don't, because look at this. It turns out Suggs, the singer from the ska band Madness, is known in the U.S. for its 1982 hit "Our House." No, it's not the "Our House" in the middle of the street. It's not that one, is it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it
Oh,
is. That's the one.
That's the 82 hit. Well, anyway,
That's the Madness one, as opposed to the "Our House is a very, very, very fine house," which is Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Anyway, chose to be immortalized in cheddar cheese. Alex James, bassist for the band Blur. Woohoo! You know that band?
That's the one. Yep.
They chose Cheshire cheese, and celebrity chef Heston Blumenthal went for Comté. Or
Comté.
Comté. British, Great British Bake Off runner-up and food writer Ruby Tando chose.
We liked Ruby a lot.
Yeah, Ruby was good. I also liked Ruby a lot. She chose Stilton, and rapper Professor Green. Never heard of him. I don't know who that is. Who admitted he truly hates cheese, insisted his belly button bacteria be turned into mozzarella, the only cheese he can almost tolerate. This is crazy.
So I'm curious if any of these people would eat the cheese made from their own bacteria. Would Suggs eat his cheddar? It doesn't say where they got his bacteria strain, but
if they made so that's the overarching question here. If they made cheese from you, Brian, would you eat your cheese?
Yeah, I probably would, because it's not like I'm eating cheese that's made from a strain of bacteria, but it's not like the cheese is smothered with my bacteria.
Right.
It's like
you were just the beginning of what would become
culture. It's the culture that starts the cheese making.
Right. You're totally right, but I don't think I could do it. If I knew it was I couldn't eat my own cheese. I couldn't eat your cheese. If I knew whose cheese it was, I can't eat it. If it's just cheese and I am blinded to the origin of said bacterial starter cheese, I'll eat it. But I'm not eating my cheese. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, it would be hard to do. I mean, it's the thing you don't want to think about with cheese. Is where it came. Like
of all the foodstuffs that we consume, you really don't want to think about it.
Sourdough's another thing, because that starts with a bacteria culture in the starter dough.
That's why that's better bread for you to eat. If you're gonna eat bread, you should eat that because it's better for your guts.
So Ruby Tando has shaved her head and is still beautiful. I'm putting a link in our.
It's not fair.
I know.
She's not human.
She's not human.
Did you put it in our Discord?
I did, yeah.
Let's take a look at Ruby. Oh yeah, see, she's just lovely.
She is.
I actually really like that look. That's cool. Maybe it's the John Wick viewer in me, but I'm suddenly into it.
Do you think is she the next adjudicator?
I don't know. I am the adjudicator. You guys got to go see that movie. It's good. Unless you don't like protracted gunplay, then you won't like it.
Is there anybody's cheese that you would eat? That you're like, would you eat Tom Hardy cheese?
No, I don't want Tom Hardy cheese. It would ruin my relationship with Tom Hardy. I don't care who it is. Like, you could say, what about Jessica Alba's cheese? No, don't want it.
Peter Jennings Paris cheese.
Sure.
It's brie.
You know what? The older the person is, the more likely I am to eat their cheese. That's interesting.
I would eat some Allison Brie. Why aren't they making this a thing?
Yeah, why isn't that a thing? You'd eat some
Why
Allison
isn't
Brie.
there Allison Brie? Sign me up. I think this is exactly how you market it.
Why isn't there some Brie Larson? Give me some of that.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
That's another good one. Yeah.
Hey, I said that before Sackburger or whatever his name is typed it.
Right.
I beat him to it
Yeah, you said it before he right, exactly.
before he would have even heard me. Anyway, Cumberbatch, Megan Fox mozzarella, Pamela Parmesan,
Pamela Parmesan.
Gwen Stefani Gouda. I mean, yeah, these are all great ideas, but I'm not eating any of it. Now, if it's an really old guy, let's say it's somebody, let's just pick I'll pick a celebrity. Let's say Gene Hackman cheese. I'd do that. I'd eat his cheese. And the reason is he's just already kind of a fossil anyway. Like, you're already a really old, dried up husk of what used to be a person. Your bacteria is less wild and crazy. It's just kind of basic. I'd go for that cheese.
Weird.
I know it is weird. I agree. It's totally weird that I would distinguich that.
It is really weird. How about some Boba Fetta?
It's pretty good. Donald Trump cheese? No way. Not a chance in hell.
Yeah, no.
I can't think of any cheese I'd want less than Trump cheese. Bourdain cheese? No. Hackman cheese, though, yeah. Gene Hackman.
Ricardo Ocasek.
Sean Connery cheese, I'd eat. Doris Day, she just died, but
John Cleese cheese?
I'd eat Cleese cheese. Cleese cheese, no problem. Plus, they did the Great Cheese Shop routine, so it fits perfectly because there's that. Really
that would be absolutely perfect. Yes,
yeah, that's a really good.
Or like a Monty Python line of cheeses.
Yeah, I would eat those. Kirk Douglas, how old is he? 102. Yeah, I'd eat Kirk Douglas cheese.
That's funny that's the differentiator. I mean, would you want fresh bacteria?
I don't know.
Why old bacteria?
I don't know. It feels like it's just less. I don't know. It's more earthy. It's like ready to go back to the dust from whence it came. I don't know why. It's a really weird thing that's even a distinguisher for me. I'm gonna have to. We'll ask Wendy on Thursday. See if we can figure this out.
Really. How about Colby Jack Smulders?
Like it. I like it. Although
trying to find.
I couldn't eat Smolder
Al
cheese.
Roquefort.
Al Roquefort.
I did have to pull up a list of cheeses that I'm looking through.
Oh, Theron, that's not very nice. He says Scott's just disgusting. Why am I disgusting? I don't want people's cheese, except if they're old. The Limburger baby. Okay, you guys are killing me.
The Limburger baby. Monterey Jack Black. That's pretty good.
I mean, this article misses a huge opportunity.
Totally.
Look at us fulfilling its destiny for them with all of our dumb names.
John Gilguda.
Yeah.
Sir John Gilguda.
I will not eat Cheney Dick cheese. No, thank you. Boy, Limburger baby's pretty freaking funny. That was a good one.
That is pretty funny.
All right.
Who's the guy who's the Highlander?
The Highlander is... Oh, crap. Raiden, Lord of Thunder. I can't think of his name.
Because I'm coming up with one that's...
Lambert, then. Christopher
Lambert. Christopher Camembert.
Camembert.
Camembert. No, there's nothing. I got nothing.
You don't have that one? Okay.
No.
Connor McLeod, that's right. All right, here's a...
Kate Mozzarella. All right, let's keep going.
Kate Mozzarella. It's really good. Hey, how come we don't ever hear about what's her name anymore?
I know, right? I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, we don't hear about who's the model with the
Stormy
big...
Daniels.
No, the model with the weird torso. What's her name?
Kate Upton.
Kate Upton. It was Kate Upton all the time, and now nothing.
Yeah, I mean there was even an entire Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue that came out a couple months ago, or last month, or whenever, that no Kate Upton at all.
Yeah, she's out of it. I don't know if she's like given up, if she's just bored with it, if she wants to do something else. But she just went from constantly in the news or being talked about to nothing. Did she retire?
She went nuts on Twitter when her husband was not inducted into the Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame or something, or
Yeah.
pro. And since then, completely off the grid.
Yeah, she just hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like 191 days ago they had their first kid, so maybe they're just busy being parents.
191 days ago.
Yeah. It says. But like if I do a Kate Upton search in Google, even that it renders very few results.
Yeah, nothing recent, certainly.
Her boyfriend, Justin. Yeah, there's just nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's fine. She's 26,
very pretty.
and maybe she was just like, she has a weird torso, though. It's not a problem. You can have it. Whatever you got.
Such a Seinfeldian. She's got a weird torso, Elaine. I can't date her.
I can't date her.
Her
There's something wrong with her
torso's
torso. Look how long it is.
She's got weird torso syndrome.
We've been watching Seinfeld again. It feels good to be back on it.
It is comfort food, isn't it?
It really is. It's so funny. All right, final story, and then we're going to take a break. Taco Bell
Yeah.
is opening a hotel. The Taco Bell Hotel.
The Taco Bell Hotel.
They're calling it a pop-up hotel, but here's the deal. Taco Bell is opening a pop-up hotel this summer. Take a moment to let that sink in. Taco Bell, the hotel. Opening for a limited time in Palm Springs, California. The Bell is what it's going to be called.
Well, I guess that's all right.
It's okay. It's better than the Chalupa or something like that.
Right.
It's a resort as well. I wonder if that means they just charge resort fees, but it's not really a resort.
Are the suites going to be the Bel Grandes?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Hot tubs are just hot beef, like that
Or
weird
just
beef.
queso filled with queso?
Oh, that's awesome. So they said they built this to celebrate and pamper the world's biggest fans of the brand. We're already in the hospitality business, says Taco Bell Chief Brand Officer Marissa Thalberg. She told this to Travel Plus Leisure, the magazine. There is a more immersive form of hospitality where people can really soak up the experience of the brand in a destination. And from the looks of it, there will be plenty to soak up through the fine details. Though the fine details are still in the works, guests at the hotel can expect an entire hotel to be infused with the Taco Bell twist, including poolside cocktails, a gift shop with plenty of swag, and Taco Bell hops to carry your luggage to the Taco Bell inspired room.
I'd stay there.
Oh, I'd do it in a minute, in a heartbeat.
By the way, inspired by Lead Hain in the chat room, who asked, "Isn't this something from Demolition Man?" Yeah, this is how you win the fast food wars.
Yep.
Is by opening a hotel.
Yeah, this is where it begins.
Because I don't see Burger King or McDonald's doing it.
Burger King's so busy trying to deliver traffic food in L.A., they forgot to make a hotel. Dumbasses.
Right.
All right, we're gonna take a break when
Make sure you use the 3 taco shells in the bathroom.
Oh. Those won't work as well. It's
not as well. They
my
break
thinking.
real easily.
Can't keep those in shape for the next guy. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, Bill will be here. We're gonna make some things with him. No Jerry today. He's in Italy, so today's show will be probably on time, but maybe a little early. Who knows? But Bill will be here. That'll be fun. Come on back then. Before that, though, Brian's got music. He's going to play it now.
Yeah, and speaking of hotels, after the break, I'll before we get Bill on, I'll talk about the thing that everybody keeps sending me links to. Speaking of Airbnbs and hotels. All right, we're going to Russia for this one, to Krasnodar, Russia. This guy was the winner of the International Award in the field of sound engineering, producing and composing. He's great. His name is Moretto. I don't have a lot of information about that. The brand new album is called Untouchable, and I was a big fan in the 90s or early 2000s of a singer named Andain, Andain, and a song that she did called Beautiful Things. Absolutely fell in love with that style of music. It's like an electronica with really, really pretty female vocals, like really soft female vocals throughout.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. This harkens back to that and makes me happy. The brand new album is called Untouchable from Moretto, Moreto. Here is Time.
We'll be right back.
Gonna crack my knuckles and jump for joy. I got a clean bill of health from Dr. McCoy.
Pew, 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 pew.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting. Looking for a come up. This is The Morning Stream.
right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the program. By the way, one of my favorite things in the world is electronica mixed with
wait till
cool
you listen
vocals.
to this, and if you like it, then I'll send you the rest of the samples that he sent me because they're great.
I'm in.
So yeah, there's an Airbnb in London that is the bus used by the Spice Girls for the film Spice World. It's the actual bus they rode around in that film.
Wait,
And
they
for
converted it into like
a little Airbnb, yeah, because it's basically like a double-decker bus. They've got a bed in there and a little lounge area, and a wire basket full of scrunchies for some unknown reason. And but everybody keeps sending me links to this thing. It's like, all right, well, if this were in Denver, I'd totally be staying there, but I'm not going to fly to the UK just to stay in that Airbnb. I'd fly to UK for other reasons, and then I'd stay in that Airbnb. But
yeah, you want to do it. It's
I
not that you
definitely
wanna
want to do it. Yeah, are you kidding me?
Got to have other reasons to go there, though, probably. Check this out.
But Bill just isn't thinking about danger.
It's I hear Bill. Look at him at the dark. Ooh, it's dark Bill. I like it. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
I should have figured this out from last week. Britt's got us, though. She's
She's got it. Thanks, Brittany. Hey, it's Bill Duran, everybody, all the way from Seattle, Washington, or parts thereof.
Watch Bill magically appear as soon as she turns the blinds.
Yeah, look at him now. He's all
just like he just appears. Yeah,
that's pretty good. Bill comes on the show on Tuesdays. We talk about making things. He is in that world in a hardcore way, and we always like following up on that stuff and helping you at home come up with cool ideas of your own. Bill, what's going on this week? Oh, sorry.
Hey, Bill, check out what I 3D printed yesterday.
Hold on. Can you see you?
Oh, you are Iron Man.
Hold on. I don't see it.
Cool.
Hold it up. Oh, Brian, cool. Are you going to make a whole mask or what?
I'm going to try and make the whole helmet, but I actually printed this because I want to use some I'm going to do the smoothing thing with the primer, the sandable primer, and then some gold paint. And I'm trying to figure out a way to attach it to my bike helmet so that I can flip it down for the MS-150 ride. I don't think it's not going to be legal to ride around on this the whole time, but I kind of want to have it on my bike helmet so I can just flip it down when I'm at a stop or something.
That's a great idea. Those people will truly know how nerdy you are by that.
Yeah, exactly.
So Bill,
they will.
So what's happening on this fine Tuesday? It's Tuesday. What are you doing? What are you making? You making something?
I just came in from San Francisco so that I could go work with my friends at Tested, but also Maker Faire was this weekend. Bay Area Maker Faire, the big one. And it was crazy fun. Got to see lots of friends, talk about making things, watch people make things.
Yeah.
Watch people play with the things they made. It was fantastic.
Could you do any kind of speaking or anything cool like that?
Nope. I planned this trip pretty last minute, so I was just there to really socialize and it was great. It was actually quite relaxing and fun.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man, especially when you haven't done it in a while. So I'm Maker is still a magazine I can get, right? Or Make magazine rather.
Make.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And if you buy Apple's News Plus, it's one of the magazines that's included in there. So like if you subscribe to like, a couple entertainment magazines or whatever, and you're like, I can save some money. I'll just do the News Plus thing. Tina, I've been doing it because there's some home and garden stuff that she subscribes to. So I'm like, I'll pick this up for you. And Make is one of the things in there. So I'm really excited to always check that out.
Look where they've got fairs. They've got the Bay Area one, which you just went to. They have one in Berlin, Prague, Kansas City.
Yeah, there are mini
Detroit.
Maker Fairs all over the place too.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yep.
So what were the big takeaways for you? Like, what'd you see that you were just like, oh my gosh, I have to make that or do that?
I saw a big 4-axis CNC machine that I really want. A lot of radio controlled stuff. I'm a sucker for RC cars and planes and stuff. So there's a lot of really cool things there. I didn't get to play with it, but there was a thing where, you can get a car driving simulator like an arcade where there's a seat and a steering wheel and pedals, and that's how you drive.
Right.
The video game, they had that, except you could drive a RC car with a camera on it. So your screen was what the RC car could drive.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a simulator for a tiny car that was in the real world and driving around. I wanted to try. I didn't get a chance to, but that looked really fun.
That seemed super cool. I would be all up in that. They got a cool promo video for this stuff, showing all the stuff they're doing, like robotics, printing, Oh yeah, this looks great. Well, I'm glad this thing has continued to be rad and thrive and grow and expand. I really want to go out one of these years, take Carter with me or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would.
Oh,
love
it's
this.
it's an awesome place for the young creative mind to be inspired and get ideas.
And there, oh my gosh, I just watched a giant hand drop a car. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Oh yeah.
What? Any other stuff that you took away from there that you wanted to tell folks about?
I had a churro and it was great.
Yeah, a good
churro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A churro.
So we had this discussion: churro or funnel cake. If they would have had a funnel cake, would you have had the funnel cake instead?
Probably a churro just because it's less common for me. I had lots of funnel cakes growing up. Churros are still new and exotic.
feels like another story we need to hear. I had lots of funnel cakes growing up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Every Sunday was funnel cake day in the Duran household.
Funnel cake Bill.
Funnel cake Bill.
Do they have other parts of the fair that are, I don't know what the right word is, not more traditional, but like, do they have like people just doing painting or like, I don't know, workshops on how to do digital art or anything like that? Is any of that happening there? Or is it more hands-on robotics and printing and all that kind of stuff?
Most of what I see is hands-on robotic stuff, but like there are whole parts of the show I didn't even get to, so I'm not sure. I don't know, like more traditional art.
Because the video shows like, oh, here's somebody doing a clay wheel or a sculpture wheel or whatever, and then this guy's painting on canvas, and so I assume there's a maybe not a focus on that, but that's a form of making,
Yeah, but also like there's every form of making is represented there. It's bonkers. And what's cool is you like if you're into astromech droids, there's a section for R2D2s and BB-8s, and you could miss that. You could be there the whole weekend and miss that, or you could be there the whole weekend and that's the only place you hang out.
Mm-hmm.
You have that option. So yeah, it's just all these tiny little worlds inside of the greater making umbrella.
Very cool. And so as a result, because you had to leave, you probably didn't have a cool project this week that you could finish.
Oh, you would be wrong.
Oh, sweet. I was hoping I was wrong. What'd you make? Cool. What is it?
Well, yesterday there was a big show everyone was excited about, and it just ended, so we figured we should make something from Game of Thrones. And Arya's dagger, although it's not technically Arya's dagger, it's been passed around quite a lot.
Yeah.
We made that, and it was cool.
That's very cool.
That's awesome.
It's supposed to be made from Valyrian steel, the blade.
Yeah.
And then the handle's supposed to be dragon glass, I guess. So it was like kind of organic, a little bit of a challenge for me.
There's also, I have some confusion, by the way, just from a lore perspective. This is not a spoiler about Season 8 at all, but Valyrian steel and dragon glass both seem to have properties that allow the wielder to eliminate a White Walker, whereas traditional iron and steel won't. And I don't understand which one's better or which one's worse. Like, if it's Valyrian steel, is that just as good as dragon glass? Did they only give everyone dragon glass because there was so much of it to mine, and so they had so much? Like, I have questions about that. So nothing to do with your doing, but
I think it really, the thing that matters is which enchantment you put on it.
Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense now. To talk to your inscriber. And
does anyone have plus 5 to int or
yeah, I need spirit.
+2 yeah.
But this dagger's been around just from a kind of a big deal dagger wise. It's been around since Season 1.
Yeah, it has, which is kind of cool. It's sort of snuck its way through the Westeros history a little bit. Mine is not made from Valyrian steel. I couldn't get, Amazon was all out, so I made mine from wood.
Foam.
Yeah. So the blade is a 1/4-inch poplar. I just got from the hardware store. And then the handle is sculpted. I used an epoxy clay, so it's a 2-part clay. You mix it together. You got like 45 minutes to sculpt it, and then it cures rigid. I'm not great at sculpting, so I kind of like over sculpted a big old mass of the stuff, and then once it cured, I did most of that work with my rotary tool, which I'm much more comfortable with. But the epoxy clay is really cool. There's a bunch of different brands that make similar stuff, because you can sculpt it when it's in a malleable clay state, You can smooth it with like water to get a nice smooth finish on the sculpt, and then once it's cured, you can sand it and you can refine it, and that's the part I'm actually decent at.
That's really cool. So I gotta ask a question about your belts, your whatever that, I forget what that cutter's called. It's the saw,
CNC,
jigsaw, whatever it is.
Bandsaw.
Bandsaw. Why is there a big mustache face on one side of it? What's that about?
So that my big green bandsaw, his name is Jabba the Cut, and that's a picture of Jabba's face.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Jabba the Cut. That's really good. All right. Anyway, so this thing looks like all wood so far in the video, but you're telling me this hilt is going to be clay soon.
Yeah.
I'll have to skip ahead and see how this works out. Ooh, a Dremel. I see a Dremel got used.
Yeah, so that was my weapon of choice for this project. A lot of work with the rotary tool, and there's so much you can do with such a humble tool. It's usually when people say, which tool should I buy first? Which power tool should I buy first? Get a rotary tool.
Oh my gosh, look at this thing. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I love my rotary tool for cleaning up 3D prints too. It is so, you can use it for so much cuts and
how you and your people make wood look like metal. I'll never understand it.
You could watch the video. It shows how I do it.
I know, but how you have the patience to do it.
Okay, I understand.
I just don't get it. Like
that wasn't a how do you do it. It's like, how do you do that?
It takes so much freaking
Scott,
patience.
we're watching the video right now.
Yeah. I'm literally showing this video. Oh, interesting. You're putting this little AG business. Oh, man.
Yeah, a little weathering, make it look like it's been in Westeros a bit, kicking around. Stuffed in Peter Valish's waistband, I guess.
Who did it originally came from? It came from, if I remember it right, didn't Uncle Benjen or somebody had it? Or I can't remember how it came about. But they killed the first White Walker with it in that bedroom. I don't remember. Bill, you can't. If you made the tool, you should know all the details. That's your job.
That is incorrect.
Oh shoot! Well, I was wrong. Anyway, if you guys want to see how this is made, go check it out. PunishProps.com, and of course the YouTube channel. It's gorgeous, and I would proudly hang that on my wall. Bill, anything else before we go today? Got anything else to tell us
I
about?
got a recommendation for you. I mentioned I like RC cars. This is Maker's Muse. Just drop the link in the old chat there. If you look up Maker's Muse and look up Steinmetz Solids, it's a very specific three-dimensional form. He made one that's radio controlled, and it rolls around kind of like BB-8, but there are only two axes in which it can roll, which make for a really interesting vehicle or toy. It's kind of neat.
Oh, look at that.
But,
you got to drive it around like a logo turtle.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's awesome. It's totally impractical, but I love it.
Yeah.
How does
That's
it?
cool.
How do you? Oh, but then you'll get stuck in that mode. Yeah. So it's almost like it's on graph paper. It can only go vertical, horizontal. There is no that you can't be a bishop on chess with this thing.
No. He's a rook.
Yeah, he's a rook.
This is by the same group that developed this thing that I 3D printed, which is like a weird oblong shape that rolls unbelievably straight, even though it's all twisted looking.
Yep.
I have a theory. You want to hear my theory, Bill?
Lay it on me.
Here's my theory. I could be wrong about this, but I predict I see this in the future and that you're involved. One day, there's going to be somebody who comes along and says, I have a bunch of money, and I really like what's happening here, and I want to start a cable channel dedicated to nothing but making all day, every day. Not HGTV, not a spin-off of that. Like a channel that is 100% making stuff across the board. Props and nerd stuff. But even like outside the nerd business, like furniture building and whatever it is, there'll be all this programming, and that all these big YouTubers, Bill included, are all going to end up on this show. Mark my words.
Wood Whisperer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark my words, it's going to happen. I don't know when.
Or maybe I'll start that channel.
Maybe you'll
I'll
start
do it on
that,
the internet.
Yeah,
I don't
just
even
do that.
need television.
Yeah, just do that. You don't need TV.
Can I have an hour where I just 3D print weird stuff all day long?
I guess I'm the programming director now, so sure.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
That's great. Well, as your first act as programming director, you made a big decision. Well done.
Great. All right. This is off to a great start.
It really is. So go check out that recommendation and all things Punish Props at punishprops.com. Bill, it's always a pleasure. Glad to see you. Hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.
Bye
Bye,
now.
Bill. That's cool. I don't know. I know there's an RC car in there, but man, how does the RC car stay?
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Keep from flipping sideways to where it doesn't, where the wheels aren't getting any action, you know?
I don't know. It's so weird to me that anyone would even think of making that, first of all, let alone how it actually works.
It is really cool.
Oh, I want this
Oh,
dagger.
wow. Yeah, you can see that thing rolling around. I guess it's just big enough to where the car can't flip over.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, again, like Bill said, kind of useless, but that's okay.
Yeah. But you build it to prove you can build it.
Yeah.
More than any sort of like usefulness.
Tain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
All right. We are going to call it today because that gives me a chance to get some stuff done before Frog Pants Plays, which today will happen. And thus beginneth my run through the donated copy of Resident Evil 2, the remake.
Oh, good. I know people have been clamoring for this. So awesome.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Good luck with that.
Thanks, man. I'm going to scream and be stupid. So looking forward to that. That'll be happening at, noon today. So in about an hour and a half, that'll kick off. In the meantime, do not forget, there is one thing about this show that is ever present, and that is we are community supported, listener supported. If you go on over to patreon.com/TMS, you can be a part of that. And if you haven't done it before and you're thinking, well, why should I? How about this? 16 episodes a month for like $1. Like you could start that low if you wanted. Now there are way better ones. There's the like high level ones for like our T level. That one's awesome because that tea from PhoenixPearlTea.com is amazing. We talked about it yesterday, but man, where's here the one I'm eating right now? Where is it? Here it is. The Morningstar Mexican Vanilla Masala Chai is one of my favorite things in the world. It comes in this beautiful package. Your monthly tea could be this one or many others from the lineup, and it's all good stuff. So I love this stuff.
So cool. Yeah, Gwen does such a great job selecting and picking what's going to be coming up in each box. And we keep forgetting to do the thing. We got to do it for June. When she knows what she's going to do for the June box, we need to have her on before the end of the month to talk about what's going to be coming up in the June box so that we can, I don't know, pique people's interests and maybe get somebody saying, I'll buy that for $5 or whatever that level is.
Whatever the level is, sure.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Totally. We should do that. So we will do that sometime before June. So watch for that. But you also get artwork, a bunch of digital stuff, plenty of cool things you can get only through our Patreon at patreon.com/TMS. Reminder that frogpants.com/TMS has everything else you're going to need, including our email address. Please send us your emails. We love them. themorningstream@gmail.com. You can leave us voicemails at 801-471-0462 and find us on Twitter, Coverville, Scott Johnson, and Morning Stream. All right, Brian. Tradition says song.
Yes, this one goes out to a person we heard from yesterday during the Babble Royale segment, Leslie, Logan's mom. She says, hey guys, Logan's mom here. Remember when I had you make a video for my mom, Alana, not Alanis, at TMS Vegas? Well, today is her birthday. That's right. Logan's grandma is turning on Tuesday, May 21st, and I'd like to dedicate a song to her. Thanks, guys, and happy birthday, Mom. The one she wants to hear comes from that recent TV that live TV version of Jesus Christ Superstar that had John Legend and Sarah Bareilles and a few other artists. So this actually is Sarah Bareilles singing this one. The song is Everything's All Right from Jesus Christ Superstar, going out to Alana. Happy birthday, Alana.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Bye-bye, Grampy.
Oh.
Aw, sweet.
That would only have been better if it was Grandma or Grammy.